Hello everyone, my name is Mackenzie Gunderson and I did my internship with Families First at the Utah Youth Village in Salt Lake. I chose this internship because, like many child development majors, I wanted to go down the counseling route. Families First is an in-home 6 to 8 week intensive teaching program that focuses on building family unity and teaches skills to achieve that. Typically, there is a referred child who is at risk. For example, many clients are on probation for whatever reason, or they have truancy issues, or they could even possibly be removed from the home and into a residential treatment center. So this is also like a last attempt effort to keep a family more unified. Here's the website you can go to and look at some brochures. And this is a growing company, so they have been impressed with the BYU students they've hired in the past. I recommend this internship to anyone looking into family or child counseling. It is so rewarding to see a family become more unified. This internship was really easy for me to get. You just have to follow these 3 easy steps. First, call or email Wayne Arner. Here's his phone number and email address. And then ask if you can intern with Families First, and he'll probably have you provide a resume. Then just wait to hear back with his response, and if you're accepted, just touch bases with Wayne about a week before your starting date, and he'll tell you what to do. Everyone is really friendly and really helpful and kind, and it's great. So every week in Salt Lake, we had a meeting at the main office where we were trained on how to deal with all sorts of families. So for example, one of our trainings was about trauma-enforced care. We learned what to do and what not to do when dealing with a child that's had a traumatic life event such as sexual or physical abuse. I also shadowed a specialist, and that was my favorite part. I attended all of the visits that he had set up with the referred family, and then afterwards I would write the case note, which is basically just to keep everyone up to date on how that family is doing and any specific needs that they might have. And then if it was appropriate, I always give my own opinions, my own advice, and help them make the connection. And then sometimes I would organize games. One time we played a game of the card game 21, where you had to work with decision making and the effects of negative decisions. So in this game, if the card's total was greater than 21, then you'd lose. So it's all about weighing your options and making the best decision. And then lastly, I helped around projects around the Salt Lake office, just anything that they needed me to do. Okay. As I talked with families, I helped them decide what goals they needed to set. Typically, there was 4 goals. 2 goals would be taught to the parents and 2 would be taught to the children. So we would help the families decide what goals they wanted or what skills they wanted to base their goals off of. And I also helped the specialist teach these goals again if it was appropriate. And then I always tried to be a positive influence on the families, especially when they were feeling down, which can happen quite often. I was benefited greatly. I was able to work on my communication skills and effectively talk with families about touchy subjects. I gained a lot of confidence in my ability to actually help people instead of feeling underqualified. Every time I could see the progression from a family, I felt so rewarded and so honored that I could be a part of it and help. The most important connection that I found was just knowing that all families, when given the proper resources, that they will succeed and they can succeed. Many of you, I'm sure, have taken the Family Stress and Coping class, and you know a lot about at-risk families and how all families need some sort of outside resource. So Families First, it is an example of that kind of resource. Because Families First is a strength-based program, we learn about the family's strengths first and go from there. No one wants to feel like a screw-up parent. We take what they're already good at and do what they're already doing right and build off of that. This program is highly successful because we work with families, not for them. All families need help when they work together, there will be greater happiness in the home. So thank you for listening, and this internship is great. Again, I recommend it to anybody, and I've had an awesome time. So thank you for listening.